One of today's teams is moving on to the championship round and the chance for the $1,000 grand prize. Who is heading to the big game? Will it be the Clippers of Yarmouth? Or the Rams of Deering? Find out next on High School Quiz Show, Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community.
From whoops to uh-oh to oh no. Safety insurance can help you manage life's storms, even the indoor kind.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been dedicated to keeping New Englanders at the heart of what they do. That means investing in communities they serve and supporting families and businesses. You matter more.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to High School Quiz Show Maine. I'm your host, Todd Gutner. Last week, Orono secured their spot in the finals. One of today's teams will join them in the quest for the Season 8 championship. Yarmouth is hoping that 3 is their magic number, having tried in 2 previous seasons to make it to the final, but they still need to get past Deering, who would like their 4th year on the show to end with their first championship. Everyone is eager to get semifinal 2 underway, so let's get things going by meeting the teams. For Yarmouth, we have Caroline, Maddie, Matthew, and Elise, with alternates Kevin and Chester, and coached by Sarah Wilson. And for Deering, we have Violet, Asa, Connor, and Eve, with alternates DeLuca and Issa, and coached by Kyle Davenport. The competition has 4 rounds: the toss-up round, the head-to-head round, the category round, and the lightning round. We'll start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points, and this is the only round with no point deductions for wrong answers. Players must wait for me to complete the question, and if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will be given a chance to answer. Good luck to both teams. You both ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the first question. In 1912 presidential election, the Progressive Party, also known as the Bull Moose Party, selected what man to be its presidential candidate? Caroline.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That is right. What TV medical drama that aired its first episode in 2005 takes its name from a reference book first published in England in 1858? Matthew.
Grey's Anatomy.
Right. In the scientific method, what term that comes from Greek words meaning to put under refers to a supposition that can be tested by a scientific experiment? Asa?
Hypothesis.
That's right. Ronda Rousey and Anderson Silva are 2 of the all-time top athletes in the sport of MMA. In this context, what does MMA stand for? Connor.
Mixed martial arts.
Nice job. Up next, we have a picture question. Take a look at the monitor here. Name this legendary puppeteer, animator, actor, and filmmaker who achieved worldwide notability as the creator of The Muppets, Fraggle Rock, and several characters from the children's series Sesame Street. Matthew?
Jim Henson.
That's correct. What lake, that is the largest lake in Utah, has been shrinking in area over the past few decades due to the effects of drought and climate change? Caroline?
Great Salt Lake.
You got it. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free are lines from an 1883 sonnet by Emma Lazarus that was inspired by what national monument? Connor?
The Statue of Liberty.
You got it. What 16th century queen was imprisoned and sentenced to death by her cousin, Queen Elizabeth I of England? Caroline.
Mary Queen of Scots.
That is correct. Panthera onca is the scientific name for what spotted big cat that is native to the Americas? Matthew?
Leopard.
That's incorrect. Deering, you want to try? Go ahead, Connor.
Puma.
Also incorrect. It's a jaguar. Next up, we have a video question, again to the monitor.
I'm Senator Angus King, and here's the question. What amendment to the United States Constitution requires a public and a speedy trial, an impartial jury, and the right to counsel?
Connor.
The 4th.
Incorrect. Yarmouth. Elise.
The 6th.
The 6th is the right answer. A 1964 civil rights program known as Freedom Summer was focused on increasing voter registration among black people in which southern U.S. state? Matthew.
Mississippi.
That is also right. What two-word holiday-themed term was coined around 1980 to describe secret messages, images, or actions that are embedded in video games for entertainment purposes? Caroline?
Avatars.
Incorrect. Deering? Go ahead, Violet.
Easter eggs.
That's the right answer. On the morning of June 27, townspeople start collecting stones as part of an annual ritual described in what short story by Shirley Jackson? Eve.
The lottery.
Yes. Which of these is a halogen element? Chlorine, chromium, or cobalt? Asa.
Chlorine.
Chlorine's the right answer. Now a math question. Get ready. Here it is. The measure of angle A is 5 times greater than the measure of angle B. If angle A and angle B are supplementary angles, what are the measures of both angle A and angle B? And we'll need both values. Matthew.
30 and 150.
You nailed it. Nice job. Next question. From Greek words meaning same sound, what term refers to two words that are spelled differently but pronounced the same, such as weight, meaning a type of measurement, and wait, meaning what you might do if you arrive early for an appointment? Violet?
Homophone.
Nice job. Which philosopher of the 18th century French Enlightenment was chief editor of the reference work called the Encyclopedia, a compilation of all the important scholarly knowledge of the time? Go ahead, Caroline.
Diderot.
Nice job. What 4-letter word that means tail in Italian refers to the end of a piece of music? Asa?
Coda.
Yes. Groucho, Harpo, Chico, Zeppo were 4 brothers who wrote and starred in comedy films during the 1930s. What is their last name? Caroline.
Marx.
Yes. What abolitionist from Newburyport, Massachusetts, published an anti-slavery newspaper called The Liberator? Caroline again.
Frederick Douglass.
That's incorrect. Deering. The answer is Garrison. William Lloyd Garrison. Olympic triathlon competition is a sequence of 3 events. Which comes first in the sequence? Cycling, running, or swimming? Asa.
Swimming.
Swimming is right. Burning fossil fuels releases sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere where they mix with water and fall to Earth. This toxic precipitation is most commonly known by what name that refers to its pH? Connor.
Acid rain.
Acid rain, yes. Sometimes called the Rock, the name of what prison island in San Francisco Bay comes from the Spanish word for pelican? Go ahead, Eve.
Alcatraz.
You got it. One amendment to the U.S. Constitution that isn't challenged very often is which amendment that limits the federal government's ability to force private citizens to house soldiers in their homes? Go ahead, Asa.
5th.
That's incorrect. Elise.
3rd Amendment.
3rd. Nice. Here's our second math question. Find the mean in this set of numbers. 3, 4, 11, 14, 7, and 6. Simplify your answer. Asa.
7.5.
Yes, nice job, Asa. Next question. Dating back to 2500 BCE, a statue called Indus Dancing Girl in the National Museum of India is one of the world's oldest statues cast from what metal alloy of copper and tin? Elise.
Bronze.
Bronze, nice work. And that is the end of our first round. Oh boy, folks, this is a good one. We've got a tie between Yarmouth and Deering. Don't go anywhere. We'll meet the players when we get back. Before we go to the head-to-head round, we like to pause and get to know our players with a slightly off-the-wall question. And this one is, what is your go-to karaoke song? And I expect you to also sing it. I'm just kidding. Just give me the song. We'll start with Yarmouth. Caroline.
I would have to go Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Maddie?
I'm gonna go with the Sophia the First theme song.
Sophia the First.
It's a Disney kids show.
Like a cartoon show kind of thing?
Yeah, with the
right?
purple dress. Yeah.
There it is, yes. My daughter loved that show. Okay, thank you, Maddie. Matthew.
Can't take my eyes off you.
Oh, that's a oldie, right?
It's a good one, though.
It's a goodie, though, yes. Elise, you're up.
I would go with California Girls.
California Girls, like the Van Halen version?
No, like the Katy Perry one.
Oh. Oh, man, I am so old. Deering, Violet, you go ahead.
I think I do the ABCs.
The ABCs, like literally
Like the alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G? That's really easy to do, Violet. We shouldn't let you off that easy. Asa, your turn.
You know, I haven't listened to music for that long, so I'll say happy birthday because I don't know many lyrics to many songs, so this one I know I can do.
One of you guys sing this. Connor, are you going to mess with me too? What
I
you
do
got?
American Pie.
American Pie?
Yes.
I love that. Don McLean? Mm-hmm. Oh, can you do the whole song?
No.
No, because there's like a million verses.
So many references, I couldn't do it.
Okay, but a great song indeed. All right, Eve?
I would say anything from High School Musical.
Oh, all right, that's out of my league there. And for the record, if this question were asked to me, it would be Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses all day long. The head-to-head round is next, but first, find out how you can win Great Maine Prize Package in our Viewer Question of the Week contest.
All season, the Viewer Question of the Week had numerical answers. Last week, we told you to add up the first 11 answers and divide by the answer in quarterfinal number 4. If you had all 12 answers correct, you ended up with a number that's notable in Maine's history. To enter the contest, send your name, town, and final answer to quizshow@mainepublic.org. A winner will be chosen at random from all correct answers and receive a 2025 Maine State Park Vehicle Pass. Entries must be received by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, May 25th, 2025. The winner will be announced on the season finale of High School Quiz Show Maine on Thursday, May 29th, 2025. For full rules, terms, and conditions, and to see the questions, go to mainepublic.org/quizshow.
It is time for the head-to-head round where players alternate facing off one-on-one right here at the desk. Correct answers worth 10 points. Incorrect answers will cost you 10 points. There are 90 seconds on the game clock. Players ready? Here we go. What Japanese word that means cute or adorable?
Kawaii.
You got it. Of the 3 main layers of Earth, the crust, the mantle, and the core, which is the thinnest?
Crust.
Crust, yes. The U.S. Declaration of Independence mentions the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of?
Happiness.
Yes. What comic strip created by Bill Watterson follows the adventures of a 6-year-old boy and his trusty tiger companion?
Calvin and Hobbes.
Nice. The 3-domain system of classification organizes living organisms into 3 domains: archaea, bacteria, and which domain?
Animalia.
Eukaryotes. Between 1915 and the early 1920s, the Ottoman Empire conducted a campaign of murder and forced deportation against people of what nationality? Armenian. How many semitones are in a chromatic scale? 12. The first book of the Bible has what name that comes?
Genesis.
Nice. The main ingredients of the condiment aioli are oil and which?
Garlic.
Garlic is correct. In math, what term is defined as the result when 2 factors are?
Product.
Product, right. What is the name of the French queen who was executed on October 6th?
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. Luzon and Mindanao are the largest islands of what country? Philippines. Ooh, that's the end of the head-to-head round. Let's check the score. Right now, it's Yarmouth 160, Deering 150. The category round is next. Don't go away.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
Educators want our students to succeed. who do we want our kids to be when they leave this building? It's really about becoming a contributing citizen in society. My name is Marissa Deku, and I am MEA.
The Worthington Scholarship Foundation, dedicated to the success of Maine students by providing scholarships and personalized support throughout their college journeys. Learn more at worthingtonscholars.org.
Live and work in Maine, providing resources to those who want to relocate, move within, or stay in Maine. Proud to sponsor High School Quiz Show Maine and thanking Maine's educators and schools for preparing the workforce of tomorrow.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Next up is the category round with the following choices. I Spy, You Can Quote Me, Imagine Dragons, A Sticky Situation, Science Happens Here, and Just Coasting. Each team will alternate control of 2 categories. Questions have increasing point values, and with each question, they can choose to either answer it and neither gain or lose points. They can skip it and neither gain nor lose points, or once per category, they can toss it to the other team and force them to answer. Players will have 5 seconds to confer and decide what to do. Deering, you trail just by 10 points. Connor, you have control of the board. Where do you want to go?
We will go with I Spy.
I Spy. All answers begin with the letter I. Here's the first. What 2-word name is given to the period of rapid change in England during the late 18th and early 19th centuries, when the basis of the economy shifted from farming to machine-based manufacturing?
Industrial Revolution.
That's right. I Spy 15. What term that begins with I refers to the policy of a country to abstain from political, economic, and military relationships with other nations? It's often mentioned as a reason for the reluctance of the United States to enter World War I and World War II.
Isolationism.
That is correct. I Spy 20. What planned city became the official administrative capital of Pakistan in 1967?
We'll skip this one.
Skip it. It's Islamabad. I Spy for 25. The British called them the Coercive Acts, but what American colonists used what descriptive term for the 4 laws that the British imposed in 1774 as punishment for the Boston Tea Party?
The Intolerable Acts.
That is right. I Spy 30. What word that comes from the Latin for between reigns refers to the period between the end of one monarch's reign and the start of the reign of their successor?
We'll toss this one.
I'm going to toss it. All right, Yarmouth, here comes the question again. What word that comes from the Latin for between reigns refers to the period between the end of one monarch's reign and the start of the reign of their successor?
Interim.
No, we cannot accept that. It's interregnum is the right answer. But that wraps up the first category. We're going to go back to Yarmouth now, and Matthew, you have control, and you can select your first category.
We'll take You Can Quote Me.
All right. You Can Quote Me for 10. Questions about quotations from literary works. I could tell you my adventures beginning from this morning, but it's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then, says what title character in a book by Lewis Carroll?
Alice.
Alice?
Yeah.
Alice?
Alice is right. You Can Quote Me 15. In George Orwell's novel 1984, Winston Smith sees a poster in his apartment building that shows the face of a man of about 45 with a heavy black mustache and what 5-word caption underneath it?
5-word caption.
Big Brother is watching you. Is watching you. Big Brother's watching you.
Matthew, what do you think?
Big Brother is watching you.
You guys got it, and you worked together as a team. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. You Can Quote Me for 20. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music which he hears, however measured or far away, is a quote from the conclusion of Walden, an 1854 book by what essayist from Massachusetts?
Henry David Thoreau.
That's correct. You Can Quote Me 25. Help each other. That is the only way to survive is a quote from what literary memoir of the Holocaust written by Elie Wiesel, and published in English for the first time in 1960?
Night.
Night. Night is right. Now we have You Can Quote Me for 30. In William Shakespeare's Hamlet, Polonius explains that expressing an idea in just a few words is a sign of intelligence. What word, that is a synonym for conciseness, does he say in The Soul of Wit?
Brevity.
Brevity. Great work in that category, guys. All right, Deering, your turn. What's your second category?
We will do Science Happens Here.
Science Happens Here. These are questions about scientific research facilities. Here's the first one. A surface wind speed of 231 miles per hour was recorded at the Weather Observatory on what mountain in New Hampshire? That is the highest peak in the Northeast.
Mount Washington.
You got it. Science Happens Here for 15. Located on the island of Curacao, the Caribbean Marine Biological Institute studies what kind of underwater ecosystem that supports about 25% of all known marine species?
Coral Reef.
Right. Science Happens Here 20. Located near the South Pole, an observatory called IceCube has an enormous telescope designed to detect what electrically neutral subatomic particles emitted by our galaxy?
Neutrinos.
You guys got it. Science Happens Here 25. The Gull Population Biology Research Project is conducted at what marine laboratory on Appledore Island near Kittery, Maine?
Is it Jackson or Bigelow? I don't know.
What do you think, Connor?
Bigelow.
That's incorrect. It's Shoals Marine Laboratory. Here's the last one, though, in the category for 30. An important group of research institutes in Germany is named for what theoretical physicist who is credited with originating quantum theory and who received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1918?
Planck.
That's the right answer. That wraps up that category. Yarmouth, you have one more. Matthew, what's it going to be?
Imagine Dragons.
Imagine Dragons. These are questions about dragons. The first one is, in The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, what enormous red gold dragon with a jewel-encrusted belly is first seen sleeping surrounded by piles of precious things, gold, gems, and jewels, and silver?
Smog.
Smog is correct. Okay. Imagine Dragons 15. Goku and Vegeta are the main characters in what anime franchise?
Dragon Ball.
That's correct. Imagine Dragons 20. What purple-skinned dragon in the X-Men comic book universe shares its name with a U.S. aircraft manufacturer?
Purple-skinned dragon. Pass.
Matthew?
We're going to skip this one.
Skip it. It's Lockheed is the answer. I thought I heard you say it, Matthew. Here's the next one. What legendary martial arts film star died unexpectedly in 1973, shortly before his feature film Enter the Dragon was released?
If you're sure.
If you're sure, go for it. Wait, who did you say?
It's really close.
What do you think, Matthew?
Pass.
We're going to skip.
Okay, so you want to skip. The answer is Bruce Lee. Imagine Dragons for 30, the last one in the category. In the game Dungeons & Dragons, a certain class of character is described as a warrior who swears an oath to uphold justice. The name for this class of character is also the name for a group of medieval knights who served Charlemagne and is derived from the name of one of the 7 hills of ancient Rome. What is the name?
Paladin.
Paladin?
Paladin is correct. And that wraps up our category round. Right now, the score is Yarmouth 285 and Deering right behind them at 250. Everything can change in the lightning round, so sit tight. We'll be right back. Okay, we're heading into the final 90 seconds of gameplay, the lightning round. Players, you do not have to wait for me to finish the question. You can buzz in at any time, but do not answer until I call your name. You get 20 points for each correct answer. Incorrect answers will cost you 20, and the other team will not get a chance to answer. The clock is set. Good luck, both of you. Here we go. In Disney movies, what kind of animal is Dumbo? Caroline.
Elephant.
Yes. Which legendary king had a sword called
Arthur.
Caroline. Yes. Which 15th century empire had its capital at Cusco in... Go ahead, Connor.
The Incan.
Inca. FBI agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully were main characters in what TV series that premiered in 1993? Asa.
X-Files.
Yes, Asa. What is the pH of a neutral solution at room... Violet.
7.
7, yes. What programming language launched by Sun Microsystems in 1995 shares its name with an island in Indonesia? Violet.
Java.
Java is right. Jeff Sessions and Bill Barr served in what U.S. cabinet position during the Trump administration? Attorney General. What Latin word meaning shallow dish is the scientific name for the... Elise. That's patella. In the Brothers Grimm fairy tale, Snow White is poisoned by a bite of what fruit? Elise.
Apple.
Yes. What prison fortress in Paris was stormed by... Caroline.
Bastille.
Bastille. What class of triangle has sides of 3 different lengths? Go ahead, Asa.
Alien.
Galen. What ancient religion of Asia takes its name from a Chinese word meaning the way? Elise.
Taoism.
Right. Oh, and that's the end of the lightning round, and our winning team and heading to the finals is Yarmouth with 365 points. They're moving on to the Season 8 championship. Deering, you had 350 points, so close, and you made it so far. We're so proud of you, and we hope to see you again next year. Well, it all comes down to one last game. Join us next time for the Season 8 finale as Orono takes on Yarmouth, and we crown a new champion. And we'll reveal the winner of our Viewer Question of the Week contest, too. You will not want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for the season finale of High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community.
Home renovations can increase the value of your home. Safety Insurance offers a variety of home insurance products to cover your home's increased value. You can ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. Safety Insurance will help you manage life's storms.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been dedicated to keeping New Englanders at the heart of what they do. That means investing in communities they serve and supporting families and businesses. You matter more.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.